Sunday morning, Paris, October 19, 2025. The Louvre, the world's most famous museum, is preparing to open its doors. Tourists are waiting in line. No one knows what is about to happen in just a few minutes. 9:30 a.m. Four men get out of a truck parked on the banks of the Seine River. They're wearing yellow construction vests. Their faces are masked. In their hands, battery-powered cutters. It was the heist of the century. 7 minutes, 8 jewels, 88 million euros. So how was it even possible? The Louvre Museum, open since 1793, 9 million visitors every year. Home of the Mona Lisa, 35,000 works of art. The largest museum in the world. But there was a weakness. The Apollo Gallery, the home of the French crown jewels. A magnificent hall dating back to the 16th century. What was inside? The crown of Empress Eugénie, Napoleon's wife, 1,300 diamonds, 56 emeralds, the necklace and earrings of Empress Marie-Louise, Queen Hortense's sapphire tiara, priceless. But there was a problem. One of the 3 rooms had no security camera. The alarm system was outdated. The French Court of Auditors had been warning for years. The security systems had to be upgraded. The thieves knew this. Their plan was perfect. They had prepared for months. They had calculated every detail. October 19, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. The Louvre opens its doors. The first visitors stream in. The museum staff goes about their routine. Everything seems normal. At the same time, a truck parks on the bank of the Seine, right next to the Louvre's southern facade. It has a moving company's logo on it. A Bacher brand mechanical lift is on the truck. 4 men get out. They're wearing construction vests. They put on their masks. No one looks at them. Construction work is a normal sight in Paris. 9:30 a.m. They activate the lift. The mechanical platform rises slowly. The target? A first-floor window of the Apollo Gallery. The balcony overlooking the Seine River. 2 thieves get on the platform. It goes up, up, up. Within 30 seconds, they reach the balcony. Inside, the security guards notice nothing. They're holding battery-powered angle grinders. The sound of the cutter screeches as it bites into the glass, but the museum is noisy. Tourists are talking, taking pictures. No one hears a thing. The window gives way. They're inside. They were in the Apollo Gallery, a ceiling with gold trim, crystal chandeliers, marble columns, and glass display cases. Inside, the jewels. 9:32 a.m. The first grinder whines. Glass shatters. The alarm blares. But it's too late. The thieves are fast. Security guards come running. "Stop! We're calling the police!" But the thieves flash their cutters, threatening them. The guards back off. It was procedure. You don't risk your life. The museum is being evacuated. Visitors rush out in a panic. Alarms are wailing. Chaos. Just what the thieves wanted. 2 display cases are targeted. The first, Empress Eugénie's crown and brooch. The second, Marie-Louise's emerald necklace and earrings, Queen Hortense's sapphire set. The grinders tear through the cases. The sound of shattering glass. Hands reach in quickly. The jewels are thrown into bags. The crown, the necklace, the earrings, the brooch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 pieces. A total of 88 million euros. The history of France, now in their bags. 9:37 a.m. 7 minutes have passed. "We're leaving!" They run back to the window. The platform is still waiting there. They jump onto the platform. It goes down, down, down. 20 seconds. They're on the ground. The truck door is open. The engine is running. They get in the truck. But something happens. One of the bags tips over. A crown falls out. It hits the pavement. It shatters. No time. The truck moves. The crown is left on the sidewalk. Empress Eugénie's crown. 1,300 diamonds, in pieces. The truck speeds away, heading for the A6 highway, southeast, out of the center of Paris. Police sirens can be heard, but it's too late. Chaos in front of the museum. Police tape goes up. The media arrives. Tourists are taking pictures. What happened? Was the Louvre robbed? Inside, the Apollo Gallery. Broken glass, empty display cases. The golden frames are bare. The history of France is gone. 10 a.m. France's Minister of Culture, Rachida Dati, gets on the phone. There's been a robbery at the Louvre, a major one. The Prime Minister is informed. President Macron gets the call. The Paris Public Prosecutor's Office springs into action. A special investigation team is formed, a 60-person team. The goal? Find the organized crime ring. The police are at the scene, combing through everything. What do they find? 2 angle grinders, battery-powered cutters, construction vests, a radio, gloves, a gas can, and the broken crown. The crown lies on the ground, shattered. Emeralds scattered. Diamonds missing. The police take pictures. This would be their most important piece of evidence. Security cameras are reviewed. The footage is clear. 4 people, masked faces, yellow vests, the lift, the window, the display case, the escape. The last image, the truck on the A6 highway. The license plate is unclear. Direction, southeast. They're leaving Paris. Then, darkness. The trail goes cold. Afternoon. France is in shock. The news hits like a bombshell. The Louvre has been robbed. 88 million euros stolen. The heist of the century. President Macron makes a statement on Twitter. The theft at the Louvre is an attack on our history. The artifacts will be found and the perpetrators will be brought to justice. Minister of Culture Dati speaks to the press. The footage shows the team acted professionally. They broke the cases and were out in 4 minutes. There was no violence, very calm, very fast. Minister Nunez admits this is a major robbery. For such valuable artifacts to be stolen in broad daylight in the heart of Paris is a heavy blow to France's image. So who did it? The theories are flying. A professional gang? A commission job? Or was it amateurs? Former FBI art detective Robert Whitman weighs in. Right now, everyone is talking about this heist, both the thieves and us. But one thing is certain, these are not professionals. Why, they ask. Whitman explains, a professional thief doesn't drop the crown. They don't leave a trace. These guys were bold, but they were amateurs. Art crime expert Anthony Roman agrees. They left the lift there. They left the cutters. They left the vests. They dropped the crown. These aren't professional mistakes. But the plan was professionally prepared. They knew the weak spot. They knew the timing. The escape route was ready. So who was it? The police are working on 4 possibilities. First, Balkan organized crime rings. They've been active in museum heists in France in recent years. Second possibility, a private commission. A collector wanted these jewels, ready to pay millions. The black market. Third possibility, money laundering. The jewels will be melted down. The gold and precious stones will be resold, untraceable. Fourth possibility, there was an inside man. A museum employee? A security guard? Someone must have prepared the plan, pointed out the weak spots. The investigation deepens. Paris prosecutor Laure Becot announces, "We found fingerprints at the scene. DNA samples were taken. A comparison is being made. Camera footage is being analyzed. Facial recognition systems are running. But the masks make identification difficult. They're tracking the truck, the last sighting on the A6 highway cameras near Fontainebleau. Then, nothing. So what will happen to the jewels? Can they be sold? The FBI detective answers, it's tough. They're too famous. The world knows these jewels. Selling them is almost impossible. Roman continues, the thieves won't make a huge profit from this heist. They'll get 10% of the market value at most, about 8 to 9 million euros. Why so little, they ask. Because they'll have to melt them down. Once the gold is melted, it's impossible to trace new rings made from Napoleon's jewels. But the large stones are a problem. The 56 emeralds and Eugénie's crown.
The large stones in Marie-Louise's necklace and earrings. They leave a trail. If they're sold, the thieves will be caught. Experts suggest another possibility. The jewels may have been taken out of France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Switzerland. The borders are open, controls are weak. Or even further, Eastern Europe, Dubai, Hong Kong, underground markets, millionaires, zero questions asked. October 20th, Monday. The Louvre is closed. A security review is underway. The museum's director, Laurence Descartes, submits her resignation. We have experienced a major failure. I accept responsibility. But the resignation is rejected. Minister of Culture Dati explains,
Museum director will remain in her post, but the security systems will be overhauled from scratch. The French Court of Auditors releases a report. The findings are shocking. There have been serious delays for years in upgrading the security systems at the Louvre. One of the 3 rooms in the Apollo Gallery has no camera. The alarm system is old. The response time is too slow. The security budget is insufficient. The opposition is in an uproar. Far-right leader Jordan Bardella speaks harshly. The Louvre is a global symbol of our culture. This robbery is an unacceptable humiliation for our country. How far will the collapse of the state go, he asks. If we can't protect France's history, what can we protect? The public is on the street. Hundreds of people in front of the Louvre. They're angry. They're sad. They were our jewels, France's heritage. But the problems weren't just at the Louvre. Museum robberies had been on the rise in France in recent months. September, the Adrien Dubochet Museum in Limoges, an $11 million porcelain collection stolen. November 2024, the Cognac J Museum in Paris, 7 historical artifacts stolen. Among them, snuff boxes belonging to the British royal family. November 2024, the Hiron Museum in Burgundy, an armed robbery, 20th century artworks worth millions of pounds. Is it a series? The same gang? The police are investigating, looking for connections. The methods are similar: quick entry, professional planning, leaving no trace. October 22, Wednesday, the first major breakthrough. The police found the truck used in the robbery, burned out in a wooded area outside of Paris. No evidence left, completely burned. The license plate is unreadable, no fingerprints, no DNA, professionally destroyed. But there's a clue. The truck's owner was found, a moving company. The owner speaks. The truck was stolen a week ago. We reported it to the police, but they couldn't find it. A stolen truck, a planned job. The thieves had thought of everything, from the first step to the last. October 25, Saturday. The Louvre reopens, but the Apollo Gallery is closed. Empty display cases. The broken glass is still there. Police tape. Visitors arrive. They take pictures. This is where the robbery happened. They share it on social media. The Louvre heist goes viral. What will happen to the remaining jewels? The answer comes. They are being moved to the Bank of France, under police protection, placed in vaults. They will no longer be displayed in the museum. The Ministry of Culture announces, until security is guaranteed, the crown jewels will remain at the bank. It is unclear when they will be open to the public. Experts weigh in. This is a huge loss for the Louvre, not just the jewels, but a loss of trust. People don't trust museums anymore. A global debate on museum security begins. All the major museums in the world are on alert. Could it happen to us? The British Museum, London. Security is being reviewed. The Metropolitan Museum, New York. Additional measures are being taken. The Prado, Madrid. The number of cameras is being increased. But the real question is, will these jewels be found? History has something to say about that. The Louvre has a history of robberies. 1911, the most famous heist. The Mona Lisa is stolen. An Italian worker named Vincenzo Perugia hides in the museum. He conceals the painting under his coat and walks out. The Mona Lisa is missing for 2 years. The whole world is looking for it. Then it's found in Florence. Perugia is caught trying to sell it to an antique dealer. 1983. Renaissance-era armor is stolen. It remains missing for 40 years. It's found in 2023. 40 years. 1997. A painting by Camille Corot is stolen. It's never found. It's been missing for 28 years. 1976. King Charles's sword is stolen from the Apollo Gallery. It's never found. Experts say it was probably melted down. History repeats itself. The Apollo Gallery is a target again. Valuable artifacts are missing again. Another major scandal. November 2025. A month has passed. The investigation continues, but there's no progress. The jewels are still missing. The thieves still haven't been found. The Paris prosecutor is hopeful. I have no doubt that the jewels will be returned to the museum in the coming days. But days pass. Weeks pass. No news. Experts are more realistic. These jewels will probably never be found. They've either been taken abroad or melted down. Both make it impossible to trace them. So, what does this mean for France? It's not just a financial loss. 88 million euros is a huge number, but the real loss is historical. These jewels were the memory of France, Napoleon's empire, the splendor of the empresses, the last remnants of the French monarchy. Now they're gone. The display cases are empty. History has been stolen. In the words of the Paris prosecutor, beyond the money, what we've lost is the history of France. Minister of Culture Dati. The Louvre is more than the world's largest museum. It is the showcase of French culture, our shared heritage. This theft is a wound for all of us. The public is on the street. Protests. The state can't protect us. Our museums aren't safe. Our history is being stolen. Louvre director Descartes apologizes. We couldn't protect them. We are sorry. We should have done better. But an apology isn't enough. The loss of trust is too great. Visitor numbers are dropping. People are scared. What will be stolen next? The Mona Lisa? The museum management announces a new security system, a 15 million euro investment, 500 new cameras, an advanced alarm system, armed police on duty 24/7. But is it enough? Experts are skeptical. The system depends on people. People make mistakes. Plans can be leaked. No system is 100% secure. December 2025. 2 months have passed. Still no news. Interpol is involved. There's a Europe-wide search. Borders are closed. Customs are on high alert. But the jewels are missing. The thieves are missing. 88 million euros are missing. And a piece of France is missing. FBI Detective Whitman's final words. There are 2 possibilities in this case. Either the jewels are in the hands of collectors on the underground market, or they've been melted down, broken apart, reshaped. In the first scenario, there's a chance of finding them, but it's very low. In the second, it's 0. If they've been melted down, those jewels are gone forever. January 2026. 3 months have passed. Hopes are fading. No statement from the police. The media is losing interest. The world is focusing on other news. But Parisians remember. When they go to the Louvre, when they look at the Apollo Gallery, when they see the empty display cases, they remember. They remember those 7 minutes, the 4 men, the yellow vests, the lift, the broken glass, the stolen jewels, and the fallen crown. Empress Eugenie's crown, broken on the pavement.
1,300 diamonds scattered. The pieces of France's pride. That crown is in the Bank of France. In a vault. They're trying to restore it, but it will never be whole. Pieces are missing, just like the state of France. The Louvre heist wasn't just a theft. It was the collapse of a system, a failure of security, a warning. Experts are talking. This is the biggest heist of the last 10 years. If you can do this at a place like the Louvre, it means there's a very serious security flaw. Art detective Brand. It's a crazy story. Everyone's talking about it. But they're not learning the lesson. Other museums are still vulnerable. March 2026. 6 months have passed. The investigation has officially stalled. The police have given up. Active leads have been exhausted. The case has gone cold. The jewels are still missing. The thieves are still free. 88 million euros are still not found. And France is still wounded. The Louvre is trying to return to normal. Visitor numbers are increasing. Tours continue. The Mona Lisa is still there. Life goes on. But the Apollo Gallery is still empty. The display cases are still broken. And every day, thousands of people come, look, and take pictures. This is where it was robbed, they say, in 7 minutes. Unbelievable. And then they smile and take a selfie. Because that's how people are. They turn tragedy into a tourist attraction. Crisis becomes an opportunity. And the Louvre is famous again. But don't forget, this wasn't just a robbery. This was the collapse of security, the failure of the system. October 19th, 2025. 7 minutes, 4 men, 1 lift, and 88 million euros of history vanished. Maybe one day it will be found. Maybe one day the thieves will be caught. Maybe one day the jewels will return to their display cases. But maybe not. Maybe they'll be lost forever. Just like Corot's
painting, just like King Charles's sword, and the Louvre heist will take its place in history as the unsolved mystery of the century. Saturday evening, October 26, 2025, 1 week after the robbery. The DNA analysis is complete. Samples taken from a helmet match a name. There's a record in the police database, a past theft conviction. He lives in Seine-Saint-Denis, a dual French-Malian citizen. A wiretap was initiated. Physical surveillance was conducted. The police were waiting to make their move, to find the other suspect as well. 10 p.m., Charles de Gaulle Airport. Passport control for a flight to Algeria. A man is waiting in line. The control officer stopped when he saw the name, a red alert on the computer. He immediately called security. The police arrived. The man was arrested at the airport. Louvre heist investigation, they said. He didn't resist. He went quietly. The same night, a second operation in the Paris region, an address in Seine-Saint-Denis. The second suspect was also taken into custody. 2 men in their 30s, both French citizens, one with dual French-Malian citizenship, the other French-Algerian. Both have prior records for theft. Their names are in police files. Experienced thieves. Sunday morning, October 27th, Paris prosecutor Laure Becot made a statement. 2 people were arrested on Saturday evening. One was preparing to leave the country. He was caught at the airport. The prosecutor gave no further details. The investigation is ongoing. More than 100 investigators are working. We are looking for both the jewels and all the criminals. The prosecutor complained that the arrest was leaked early.
This disclosure harms the investigation efforts. Were the jewels found? The prosecutor didn't answer. We will provide details when the custody period is over. Interior Minister Núñez congratulated the investigators. They worked tirelessly. I always had faith in them. But the real question was, where are the other two thieves? It was a four-man team. 2 were caught. 2 are still on the run. BFM TV got information from sources. The identities of the other suspects are known, but they haven't been caught yet. An Interpol alert was issued. Neighboring countries were notified. Border controls were increased. The most important question, where are the jewels? They weren't found in the suspects' homes. Were they given to someone else? The police are investigating organized crime networks. Maybe the jewels are in the hands of a larger group. Maybe they were taken abroad. Expert Arthur Brand warned, if the jewels haven't been broken down, they're hidden somewhere. But time is crucial. These jewels are too famous. They can't be sold. They're either hidden or melted down. Every day the risk of them disappearing increases. On October 27th, the investigation was still ongoing. DNA analyses were continuing. Camera recordings were being examined.
The police were following every lead. Phone records, bank accounts, social media, everything was under control. The suspects in custody were meeting with their lawyers. No official charges have been filed yet. Custody can last up to 96 hours. The French media was following every development moment by moment. New news, new theories every day. Some said the jewels were smuggled to Syria. Others, they were taken to Algeria. None of it was confirmed. The Louvre was still open. Visitors continued to come. But the Apollo Gallery remained closed. The empty display cases were covered with temporary partitions. Inside, the forensic investigation continued. Eugénie's crown, the only recovered piece, damaged, but there. Restoration experts were examining it. The other 8 pieces? Missing. Their location, unknown. Their condition, unknown. There is only hope. Justice Minister Darmanin promised security reforms. It won't happen again. We will strengthen the systems. But making promises is easy. Implementing them is hard. It requires a budget. It requires time. It requires political will. Debates began in the Senate. How could the Louvre's security be so weak? The opposition blamed the government. We've been warning for years. You didn't listen. Now the results are clear. Louvre director Descartes is facing calls to resign. She herself had called it a terrible failure. But she didn't resign. I am taking responsibility. We will fix the system, she said. Time will tell. October 28th, day 9 of the investigation. 2 suspects are still in custody. 2 suspects are still on the run. The jewels are still missing. Every day, the despair grows a little more, but the police aren't giving up. The story isn't over yet. It has just entered a new chapter, the investigation chapter. And this chapter could last for months. As of October 26, 2025, the Louvre heist is partially solved. 2 suspects have been caught, but the story isn't complete. There are 2 more thieves. Their identities may be known, but they haven't been caught. Maybe they're out of the country. Maybe they're in hiding. 8 jewels are missing. Total value, 88 million euros. But the real loss is their historical value. The last remnants of the French monarchy. Empress Marie-Louise's emerald necklace, a gift from Napoleon. 1,000 diamonds. Is it in a bag now? In a safe? Melted down? Queen Marie Amelie's sapphire set. 24 Ceylon sapphires. 1,083 diamonds. The splendor of the 19th century. Where is it now? Experts are pessimistic. Every passing day, the jewels face the risk of disappearing. Organized crime could break them down. But there's another possibility. Maybe the jewels are being hidden. Maybe for a collector. Maybe for ransom. The police are examining every scenario. Organized crime networks, international connections, secret collectors. In the Interpol database, there are detailed descriptions of the jewels. Every auction house, every dealer has been alerted. If someone tries to sell these jewels, they will be caught. But what if they don't sell them? Then there's no trail. The Louvre heist isn't just France's problem, it's the whole world's problem. Cultural heritage is our shared heritage. This event showed how fragile museum security is. Technology isn't enough. Manpower is essential. Other museums are reviewing their security. If the Louvre can be robbed, so can we. In France, museum robberies have increased in recent months. The Natural History Museum, small museums in eastern France. There's a pattern. Organized crime is targeting cultural artifacts because they're priceless, because security is weak, because it's profitable. The Louvre heist is perhaps a turning point. France will upgrade its security systems, or it will suffer more losses. Right now, the Louvre is open again. Tourists are coming. The Mona Lisa is still there, but the Apollo Gallery is silent. The empty display cases stand like a warning. There were 8 pieces here. Now they're gone. And maybe they'll never come back. The investigation continues. Every day, the police are looking for new leads. Maybe a phone record, maybe a tip, maybe a lucky break. October 19th, 2025. 7 minutes, 8 jewels, 2 arrests, 2 more suspects wanted. The story stops here, but it's not over. Not yet. Maybe it never will be.